This is the Black Balisong Reaper, and I was very surprised by it, both in its ability, quality, and performance. I overall have a pretty positive opinion about it. So let's go ahead and dive in. Much like the original prototype that I reviewed a few months ago, the quality has stayed very good, and in my opinion has only improved from there, as the quality on the handles, in my opinion, is a huge highlight of the knife. The texture on the faces of the handles alone is enough to show you how much time and dedication this knife took. The handle milling is very similar to that of an EX10 and feels pretty similar as well. It's very functional and grippy, and it also has a lot of components on the handles that are rounded, so it's a very comfortable and grippy overall experience. The blade, in my opinion, isn't the best looking. However, a lot of people just call it weird and downright hate it. I don't hate it, however, and I really appreciate it because it took Black Balisong this long to give us a Tonto style blade in the first place, and it also does have that nice Black Balisong flair and personality that we come to expect from their knives. Also has a really cool looking Reaper style logo that we saw in the original prototype that looks really cool. If the milling on the handles wasn't enough to give you grip, then there's some added jimping on the sides of the handles for added grip for things like ladders. These, in my opinion, aren't as grippy as the original ones on the original prototype, like the sandwich constructed ones, but it still is a nice feature to have, especially on a channel knife. The flipping experience is vastly different from the sandwich constructed version. I like this one, and I feel the channel one is a very solid flipper. It does feel a bit heavier than the sandwich constructed version, and the balance overall is definitely a bit more blade bias. However, it's overall very comfortable, very solid, and extremely smooth. I had to go out and get this tuned with new bushings and hardware, as far as washers goes at least, because the bushings and the washers are just utter crap. Please replace them when you get one. But overall, I feel like the experience, as far as flipping goes, was pretty positive. I have this huge fidget factor when it comes to this knife specifically, and I have a love for it. I just can't stop picking it up, and for some reason, every single time I look at it, I just have to pick it up and do a combo. It's super addicting. But one of the best things about the knife overall has to be its sound factor. This thing sounds so good. It's both ringy and glassy sounding at the same time, thanks to the overall smoothness and solidity from the bushings and washers. Overall, I think this knife sounds amazing, even though I typically wouldn't go for ringing your knives. Once you hear this one though, you'll see why I love this one so much, so take a listen. The Reaper is definitely a good sign that Black Balisong overall is improving. I've had a great experience with both of my Reapers, and I'm continuing to have a great experience every single day with my channel Reaper. Overall, I wasn't a huge fan of Black Balisong at first, as I wasn't a fan of how they cut corners with their hardware. However, overall, it seems like they're turning into a pretty reasonable and good quality company. And now recently they even announced a V2 version of the Reaper, so I'm pretty excited to check that out in the future. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos in the future. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.